Chalk Talk with Evelyn and Emily.
So today's Chalk Talk is a little bit of a story and a little bit of an insight. And actually, some part of this you'll be aware of some of it, Evelyn, but you won't be aware of all of it. So it's going to unfold.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, so you know this part, but for our listeners, I recently got swooped by a magpie crossing the road. And it really stumped me. I couldn't believe how much of an impact it made because I've always been terrified of birds. Anyway, got swooped. And then I went on holiday. Okay, so I had only walked maybe twice and I made a different route to avoid where the magpie was. Came back from holiday, was talking on the phone to my dad when I was crossing the same crossing. Didn't even realise I crossed where the magpie had swooped me. Totally fine. The part you don't realise, Evelyn, is the next time I went for a walk, I was with you. And we were talking, and you wouldn't have noticed this, but as we crossed the crossing, I stopped my sentence because it hit me that I was about to cross the road where the magpie was.
Right.
So over time, I've kept crossing the same spot and I've watched other people cross it before I go to make sure there's no magpie swooping going on. Where I'm going with this is...
I feel like it's a metaphor for something.
It's a metaphor for something, right? When you've been burnt in the past by something, whether that be a person, a thing, a place, what steps can you take to revisit it and overcome it?
Ooh,
okay?
I love it.
Because, I mean, whether it's a phobia, whether it's you did an activity and something happened to you and you feel like you can't do that anymore.
Whether it's a business risk that you took that didn't pay off,
yes,
however, has potential, and perhaps it just needs some retweaking and revisiting, and that risk then might create a fantastic reward.
Definitely. And I think the biggest thing, relating it back to the magpie, was watching people cross the road and not getting hit by the magpie.
Yep. I've got another one.
Yeah, tell me.
Taking a colleague or someone that, let's kind of relate it back to work.
Yeah.
It could be someone that you're inspired by. It could be someone that you look up to. It could be someone that you're confident and comfortable with. Taking them with you into that endeavour.
Just like we crossed the road together, you didn't even know.
No.
But it did make me feel more comfortable. I didn't stump because you were there, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many different analogies as how this goes. But I think the biggest thing out of this is to not let the impact of one particular circumstance then shape how you do everything moving forward.
Absolutely.
I think that's so limiting if you do solely almost put all your eggs in one basket. Well, it didn't work out that time, so it's never going to happen again.
Yep.
That's just so not true. But exploring it in different ways, finding different comfort levels and going back and retaking the risk if that's the case. Maybe more educated by that point in time that you're redoing it, taking someone along with you.
Or maybe you have done further research and discovered that there's actually a crazy magpie that lives on that corner that will swoop regardless of the person and the setting, and therefore that business venture is not the right one and you need to actually find a new route.
That's a very, very good point. Very good point. So some food for thought today. Also, side note, if you've been swooped by a magpie, we definitely want to hear your story.
Absolutely.
Tell us. Take to our Instagram and let us know. But more importantly, what have you gone through in life where it stumped you the first time, but you got back up, you took the risk again and it paid off? We'd love to hear those stories as well.
Please do share with us something that you have found really challenging or difficult or not necessarily won at the first time, but now you've overcome it and you are really reaping the rewards. Please do share that with us on our Instagram and tag us @with Evelyn and Emily.